is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
All righty, we are back, and as we promised, Omar Kelly and the EJDConstruction.com Miami Dolphins report, always ready to go. There he is. I got to tell you, bro, after watching the finish and then the finish today, it is, I don't know how much more torturous can it get for football fans here locally.
You know, I think there's a price to be paid for the success we had during the Marino years and the Hurricanes' great run. It clearly seems like right now football has passed us by. We are now a basketball town. We just have to come to terms with that.
Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, and hockey soon enough is going to gain more fans because they got the best team in town, actually.
I don't know about all that.
Well, you don't follow that, but I'm just telling you, like in the mid-'90s, if they get back to being really good, you know how we are. We're going to get on the bandwagon, bro. That's kind of the way it is.
High school football outdoes hockey in terms of website traffic. So it's kind of hard for me to believe that's going to happen. But,
hockey hasn't been good yet. It hasn't been good since the 90s. So that's the problem. So now, I think now we'll measure it over the next couple of years if they are going to be a perennial, playoff type team. All right, Tua, first of all.
Yeah.
How would you assess his game? His game today?
I thought he did well, with the exception of the interception. We could say the same thing about the New England game. You take out that interception, he did pretty well. That to me, and I'm not making excuses for him because I think he's a very talented player. Only concerns I have, same thing I've always said, is arm strength and durability. I think when he matures and grows and he gets that one interception out of his game, which probably will come in 2022 or 2023, I think he's going to be a phenomenal quarterback. The only concern I have is am I willing to wait? But he wasn't the reason that they lost today. However, I will say this. There's only been one game this season where the offense has scored more than 20 points. And that was the overtime loss to the Las Vegas Raiders. And until you can score, I don't know what the rest of the league is averaging, and I'll figure that out. I'll figure that out tomorrow. But until you can score about 24 points, or at least get to what the average of the league is, you're not going to give yourself a chance, and you're going to be too reliant on the defense. And while I can't fault Tua's performance for Tua's about efficiency, and he showed that he delivered efficiency. You got to score more points to take the pressure off the defense. A lot of people will put that loss on the defense, but you know what? They put their team in position to win that game. If it wasn't a 4th and 8 that got converted and put them in the field goal territory, or a second to run off on the clock, this game would have went to overtime, and then you still would have had to put the game in the offense's hands. At some point, this offense is going to have to deliver for Miami Dolphins, and they're not.
No, you're right. They got to get better offensively. I'm with you, but going back to what you just talked about, let's talk a little bit about Flo's decision. First of all, I complained when he did it the last time when he attempted, he wasn't really going for it. He was trying to draw him off sides.
The 4th and 1?
He screwed up by not bringing Brissett in. That would have sold it. And at least if you're going to try to draw him off sides. And then I'm glad he punted. Now he should have punted. Instead, he went for it with no line and a defense you can't rely on. So the decision by Flo to go for it, do you agree or disagree here?
I don't second guess the decision. That's been Flo for the previous 2 years. He's an aggressive coach. He's going to call things aggressively. He is who he is. I'm more bothered when people stray away from who they are. It didn't. The personnel on the field. Yeah, we can second guess it, but I like that mentality. It says to your players and your team, "I believe in you." Now it's on execution.
but there's not enough to believe in. That's the problem with that. Oh, you got to do what's best for your team at that moment. What's best for your team is punting and making them go the length of the field. Don't cut off half the field. And when
Yeah,
you
but
make
the defense played admirably and really got them out of field goal territory. We're second guessing knowing the results. And if it would have worked, and they would have continued that drive, and then went down the field and kicked a field goal, a game winner, we would have been all celebrating and how brilliant Brian Flores is, and now because it didn't work, what a buffoon Brian Flores is. I have a bigger issue, and I give Urban Meyer credit. I didn't see what he was doing. I didn't expect that. In terms of the end of the game, play slant for first down, leave 1 second on the clock.
That only happened because Urban called the time. Flo called the timeout. They were going for a Hail Mary, and then they called the timeout, and then they changed the play and got a first down.
Hey, Urban Meyer's a legend, man. Urban Meyer is one of the greatest college coaches of our lifetime. He's in the NFL now, and everybody thinks he's a boob and an idiot, but I'm sorry, he's established himself as a legend, probably second only to Nick Saban. So
wait, hold on a second. Did you not see him at a bar trying to check someone's oil?
I didn't say he was a brilliant man.
That's a boob if I've ever seen one, right there, bro. That's a moron if I've ever seen one, to think that you're going to get away with that.
I'm talking about football coaches. I'm talking about football coaches. Name me a smarter, more successful football coach in the last 20 years than Urban Meyer. Other than Nick Saban. You can't. So it's like,
Urban Meyer is, first of all, the Ohio State championship he got was a gift, right? Was basically. Oh no, that wasn't his. That wasn't that one, right?
No.
That was somebody else's.
Yeah. Did he win a championship at Ohio State?
Yeah.
I don't even know.
Yeah, they won one.
Yeah, I think he won one. Right? Yeah.
Yeah, he won one. Yeah, they won one.
Who's his quarterback?
They won one. But I don't know if I would call him smart. Smart and how's that? Who was it? Yeah, no, it was the kid that Washington drafted. Right, that he threw like 50 touchdowns. I forgot his name now.
Haskins? I don't know if he won.
That's it. It was Haskins.
No, it wasn't Haskins. It was the one before him.
It was?
Yeah, it wasn't Haskins. It was one before him.
Looking at the text line, somebody usually will chime in on the.
He played for the Chargers for a hot minute.
Well, somebody says Dwayne Haskins also.
I don't care. It doesn't matter.
Cardale Jones. Yes, it is Cardale Jones. He's right about that. I'm pretty sure the guy that's sending Cardale Jones, Ohio John, who was here a couple weeks ago with his fiance that he proposed to. Thank you, Ohio John. Appreciate you. Figures a guy in Ohio John would get that answer for us. Now that I thought, now I'm even putting that together there on top of all of that. All right, so you don't have a problem with Flo's decision.
No.
So the question I have for you, because you've talked about this.
I felt he should have punted the first time when you said he should have went for it.
No. You misunderstood me. I was happy he punted. He punted. My point was, if you're going to fake it, bring Brissett out and act like you're going for the quarterback sneak. Because
that was a long quarterback sneak, boy. You ain't fooling nobody on that one. That was a long yard. That might as well have been 2 yards.
I know, but you're not going to fool him with Tua, so you're better off at least trying it with Brissett, is my point.
You could have tried a bootleg. You could have tried a rollout bootleg.
But earlier you had tried it. You did it with Brissett. Earlier you did it with Brissett, so you can sell it, is my point. That's why. Yeah. So it doesn't have to be a sneak. It could be a throw because you had already done it with them. So that's all I'm saying is I would have sold it that way. I didn't want him punting, and I didn't want him punting at the end of the game either.
Listen.
So I'm
That game wasn't decided
consistent on
on
both.
either of those plays. They had an opportunity to put Jacksonville away in the first half, and they left points on the board. That to me is how the game was decided. Like you let them get back in the game. You could have been up 21-3 at halftime.
What'd you think What'd you think of the special teams touchdown by the Dolphins that was taken away?
I thought he touched it. I can't prove it, and I support the call. If you cannot prove it, like the trajectory of the ball, it looked like he touched it, but the trajectory of the ball never changed.
Right, I got you.
Here's my thing: do the Ravens beg for calls? Do the Ravens sit out here and cry and complain about their injuries and they don't have this guy and they don't have that guy? Like they're out here beating you with Devontae Freeman and Le'Veon Bell, two backs that nobody in the league wanted. Like, don't make excuses about, we didn't get this call, we missed on this call, we didn't have this player, this guy was out, the reserve was in. Like, I'm sorry, you're a soft football team, and you're a soft fan base.
I get all of that. I'm not big on complaining about referees, but that one looked pretty clear to me. That's why. I don't know if you saw. I don't know if you saw the tweet. I don't know if you saw the tweet I posted. I was able to screenshot it at the moment that the ball touches the finger. You can see it, and if I can screenshot it, how can you not see it yourself? So I thought the Dolphins got jobbed on that one. That's all I'm saying. Forget about the rest of the game, but that one call.
Like he touched it. Some videos it looked like he touched it. Some videos it looked like he didn't touch it. And that's such a. I don't think it was definitive. I don't think it was definitive. It looked like he touched it, but do I have proof that he touched it? No. Like his hand came mighty close, but I didn't see any trajectory change. He didn't even look like he was trying to go after the ball.
Yeah, like that part I can't argue. The trajectory change, which normally happens with any kind of a tip of a ball, you usually see some kind of a change. And that didn't happen. That part I have to. It doesn't change if it grazes, but you can't tell.
I don't even think he even tried to retrieve it. So if he would have tried to retrieve it, maybe I would have had like a different feeling or a different sentiment. But it just doesn't seem like he touched it. It looked like he touched it, but it doesn't seem like he touched it.
What'd you think of the offensive line play today?
No sacks. I don't think it was good enough to win a game. As I wrote in the Sun Sentinel, which you'll see a little bit, I think they really need to swap out the right guard and the right tackle and put Robert Hunt on the end and put Jesse at guard. And then I think you will have what you need to have moving forward. But no sacks. But Tua was under a lot of pressure. Right. But as Tua has great pocket pressure.
And really, the one element, when you were talking about you're not going to win in this league by scoring around 20 points, you got to score more. Well, their problem is, they got to have a running game, dude. If you don't get a running game, you're never going to get more points because your passing game will improve off your running game. You'll control the ball more. You might be able to score the ball more. And until that offensive line can actually run block, it's going to be a mission because you're so one-dimensional. And everybody knows it.
But I actually think they can run block. I don't think they're committed enough to stay with the run. And here's the thing. Running RPO is a lot different than running to run the ball. And let me explain. On RPO, an offensive lineman can only be downfield. He doesn't know whether it's a pass or it's a run. He can only block 1 yard downfield. Give this offensive line an opportunity to open up on guys, double team on guys, take guys downfield, get to the second level. They don't do that. They don't give them an opportunity to do that. And I'm not saying that it will look magnificent and it will be the fix that you need if they do that, but this line is by nature, they're all aggressive. By nature, they're all maulers. By nature, they're all former tackles. Like everybody on this line is a former tackle, except for the center. And you don't allow them to tee off on a defensive line. And I'm not saying I know what the right approach is, but they would rather do that than what they're doing now, which is, okay, we're run blocking, we're getting 1 yard downfield, and then we're stopping. So, well, I mean,
but it just seems like when Flo doesn't have confidence in something, it doesn't happen on the team. Doesn't matter what it is. If he doesn't think
but
you
here's the
or
thing.
the position
Should your quarterback
can do it,
I hear what you're saying, but should your quarterback, no matter who your quarterback is, be throwing the ball 47 times a game? Because that's what they have Jacoby and Tua doing.
But if you choose not to run like you're saying, you know what I mean? Or you can't run, whatever it is, what else are you going to do? Oh, you got to pass. He's not Lamar Jackson. He can't run. You know what I'm saying? So he's got no choice, dude. You have to pass.
For 22 yards. I like that. I like those.
No, he outplayed Trevor and he outrushed Trevor.
Trevor got the win. That's all that matters.
No, I know.
Trevor got his first win. Trevor,
I know, but it's just funny that he outrushed Trevor. You would have never bet that one at all. You know?
No.
It's just weird that he would outrush him. It's crazy.
You know, I don't mean around with broken ribs.
Yeah. And I give him credit. He was very smart today when he did run. And he slid, stayed away from contact, all of those things. The defense, there were times that they were able to pressure, but they did give up their play. And unfortunately, Noah has no ball skills at all, like none.
Neither does Byron Jones. So doesn't stop Byron Jones from being a rich cornerback. Not to defend Noah.
He deflects passes more than Noah even comes close to finding the ball. Okay.
Defensively, Jacksonville only converted 3 of 12 third downs. Like that's pretty. And the Dolphins defense held the Jaguars to under 100 rushing yards. So I can't sit here and blame the performance on the Jaguars. I mean, on the Dolphins defense. I really don't. I think if I had to put the loss on somebody, I put it on offense. You were in position to put this game away, and you didn't. You couldn't. You failed. You were in position to convert the 4th and 1, and you didn't. You couldn't. And yeah, Flo talks about it all the time. They got to play complementary football, and I do agree with that. They do have to play complementary football, but tell me the area of this team that's playing well in any phase of the game. Tell me the area that's saying, hey, they're performing up to what my expectations were.
No, doesn't exist. Doesn't exist.
Not one area, from coaching to front office decision to position coaching to play calling to execution. Xavier Howard, Jerome Baker, Eric Rowe, Jesse Davis. Christian Wilkins probably first time in his career.
He's played well.
Yes.
No. This is his best. No. This is his best season. Period. This is his best season. Is
it worth a 5th-year option?
He is one of the few players that has matured every year. He is a better player now than he ever has been. Only guy. Only guy on the team.
Is he a good player?
Yes, he's a good player, not a great player. He's a good player now.
How many teams does he
getting in the first 6 weeks? I don't know all the teams, but I like him. He's playing well. We got to give some. Gesicki's not playing bad. Whenever they use him, he's fine. There's a couple of guys that are playing well, and I think Christian Wilkins has played well. I think Agba has played well, actually, this year.
No, he's missed more than a dozen sacks. He's a step slow.
It's
I
not
know
that
who he
he's
is.
it's not that he's a step slow. It's that everybody around him isn't complimenting him to make his job a little easier. So he's the obvious one, since he's the only one that can get there on a consistent basis. He's going to be slightly short. But the day you get somebody else opposite of him, he's going to pick up.
I think Jalen Phillips is doing a decent job.
Those 12 that you say, he'll get 6 of them if he gets a legit defensive end on the other side.
I think Jalen Phillips is coming into his own. I think he's playing.
Yeah, but he's not there yet.
He's not there yet.
Yeah. When he gets there, I agree with you. And I like the trajectory of Jalen Phillips also. I think he's doing all right for a young kid, and they've thrown more on his plate. If they told the kid, just go get the passer, he would probably play better. But he's got to think more now. That's all. So it's a harder development and a harder transition for him. All right, before I let you go and I run out of voice, your partner, Dave Hyde, wrote a really interesting article today, and I didn't realize how this trip has cost people their jobs. Is this going to cost somebody a job this week?
Probably not. Do I think somebody should be fired? Yes, but who am I firing? I thought if the offensive line performed poorly, the offensive line coach might lose his job. They did well. Can't argue with play calling. I think Tua played a very admirable game. I don't know who to fire. I can't get anybody. So I'm basically saying nobody's going to be fired. Players,
right.
Like I don't, who am I firing? Like,
Okay.
A guy, Jesse Davis might be the guy that I'm probably most disappointed in from this game. And I'm not firing Jesse Davis.
No, I don't mean players. I mean, coaches, front office, somebody else. But yeah, I get what you're saying. Thank you for taking some time as always, my brother. I appreciate you. We'll catch up tomorrow and we'll clean up some of the stuff we missed today. All right, my friend?
Gotcha, man.
Thank you. There you go. That is Omar Kelly. Don't forget, folks, to smash the like button.